It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From Robert Morris Field in Morrisville, we welcome you to the District 1 Class A Championship game between the 5-4 Jenkintown Drakes and the 8-2 Morrisville Bulldogs. Hello and welcome everybody alongside my broadcast partner Ryan Baxter. My name is Jordan Hirsch. And Ryan, these are two teams, Jenkintown and Morrisville. There's no secrets between them. They have seen a lot of each other. You were at the game a few weeks ago when Morrisville got the win 27-14. And in that game, the Bulldogs, they were without star running back Raymond Holman, and they were still able to find a way to emerge victorious. These two teams, again, no secrets between them, and this should be a real good championship game here tonight.
Oh, 100% it should be. Without their running game, they were able to find the passing game, and it was the Kyle Rankins and Jovan Rivera show the entire game. They combined for over 220 yards through the air, and Rivera himself had an amazing defensive game as well. So Jenkinton's got a hard matchup against him in general, but now they got their star back. The offense might even be more electric than we've seen before.
And looking at the Jenkintown side of things, they also have a solid running back in senior Keegan Eichert. They're going to look to establish the run game here early and often. And if they're able to do that, it should be a good one. And Ryan, I just want to get your thoughts on Jenkintown as well, because they come into this game off of a 61-0 win over Renaissance Academy, looking to pull the upset here in this one tonight.
Well, you got to be feeling good after a win like that. And obviously, like we said, there's no secrets between these two teams. And this is a rivalry game, too, so this game means a lot. It's already a championship game, and Jenkinton's already looking forward to avenging a loss from earlier this season. They're a scrappy team. They're a hard-nosed team. They get it to their running backs, and they run hard. It's going to be really difficult for the defense to bring these backs down.
Winner of this game takes on Belmont Charter in regionals, a game that's on WBCB, being brought to you by Vita Care Home Health Agency, the Capital Health System, Kalinowski Performance Academy, the Yardley Auto Body, East Coast Printing, Ben's Deli, Nick's Pizza, and Morrisville Chiropractic. We're going to step aside for the playing of the national anthem and be back with kickoff between Jenkintown and Morrisville right after this on WBCB.
Parents, are you looking for an athletic performance coach for your child with over 25 years of experience? Coaches, are you looking for a strength and conditioning coach that has coached youth to professional teams to record success? Your only choice is the Kalinowski Performance Academy. The Kalinowski Performance Academy is the area leader in personal, group, team academy prep, and return-to-play training. The Kalinowski Performance Academy believes that everyone should have an opportunity to be their best. Go to trainlikecal.com to be Cal's next success story. That's trainlikecal.com, spelled K-A-L.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Yardley Auto Body at the corner of West Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Avenues has been serving the greater Morrisville community for over a half a century. They're family owned and operated and do all collision repairs, small dents to major repairs, and all done in a prompt, timely manner. All insurance is accepted. You can call 215-295-7676. That's 215-295-7676. Yardley Auto Body is proud to support Morrisville at the corner of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Avenues. And now open in Morrisville is East Coast Printing at the former location of Aspen Casuals in the Morrisville Shopping Center. Printing made easy at East Coast Printing. Silkscreen and DTF printing services. Create and print your own custom t-shirt. East Coast Printing has a large selection of crew necks, hoodies, t-shirts, and zip-ups in store from youth sizes to 5XL. School Spirit, Wear Plus Phillies, and Eagles apparel. No setup fees, fast turnaround times, and very affordable prices for individuals to large groups. East Coast Printing now open in the Morrisville Shopping Center at the former location of Aspen Casuals on East Trenton Avenue. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Welcome back here to Robert Morris Field. The Bulldogs won the toss, and they elected to receive, so it will be their high-powered offense up first. Out to kick it away for Jenkintown is Noah Wahagan. He's got the ball on the tee. This District 1 Class A championship game is underway with a short kick that's going to be fielded by one of the upmen from Morrisville and taking it down the sideline across midfield out to the opposite 45-yard line.
Bulldogs bring the ball to the 45-yard line.
That's a really good field position for them to start this out for this offense like this.
And this is an offense that is led by senior quarterback Kyer Rankins. Rankins this season has completed 63.5% of his passes, 47 of 74 for 813 yards. When these two teams last faced off on October 10th, he had one of his best games, if not his best of the season, going 11 for 12 for 304 yards in that win.
Yeah, that doesn't take away from what he did on the defensive side of things, too. If I remember correctly, he also came away with an interception and had a couple really clutch tackles as well.
Rankins comes under center for first down and 10. And this time he hands it off to Raymond Holman, and he gets stopped in the backfield. So Holman, a guy that Morrisville is going to rely on a lot, and a good job of the Jenkintown defensive front on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, we didn't see Holman the last time. He was out for the last game. I believe it was due to an illness or something like that. But this is his first, excuse me, this is the first time the Jenkintown team has seen him. So it's going to be interesting to see how the defense stops him. They did a good job right there.
Holman, 1,572 yards, averaging 11.6 yards per carry this season. He's certainly explosive. He gets the football here. This time he breaks past the defensive line and rumbles forward out close to the first down marker. I think they're going to mark him down right there at the 35-yard line, a gain of 11, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks.
I guess that's what we can get used to seeing from him. You know, it's like he just said, he averages 11 yards per carry. It's going to be, it was already a difficult task for him for Jenkintown to bring him down, but if he gets going this early, it's going to be a long day for them.
He's got a nice burst as well. Certainly a guy that Jenkintown, they're going to have to contend with his speed. Holman last week, 19 rushes for 121 yards and a touchdown. He's gone for over 121 yards, or 121 yards or more in 6 consecutive games. On first and 10, Rankins keeps it, fakes the shovel. He's got space up the middle this time, and he's out near the first down marker as he dives across the 25 to the 22. That's a gain of 13. Back-to-back first downs for the Bulldogs. Their offense seems in rhythm here early.
Yeah, Rankins is really good with his legs as well. He had a really good game against this team the last time with his arm, but he did run very well as well. He's a dual threat kind of guy who can really hurt this defense in more ways than just throwing the ball, so they got to watch out for that as well.
Last time these two teams met, wide receiver Javon Rivera, 6 catches, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. Haven't called his name yet. He's lined up wide at the bottom of your screen. Rankins hands it off. There goes Holman. And he's got a short gain on first and 10 out to the 20-yard line, pickup of 2.
With the way that the field is, it's almost like, you ever heard the phrase 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
This is quite literally 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, quite literally, exactly.
On 2nd down and 8. Rankins from under center, fakes the handoff to Holman, and instead hands it off to the fullback, Shakur Dismukes, and he doesn't have much there on 2nd down. As the dust settles, it'll set up 3rd and long.
Shakur Dismukes with that carry.
Yeah, we haven't seen them uncork it yet. It's just been on the ground this entire first drive. Obviously a bit of strategy for Morrisville, but I wouldn't be surprised if they let it rip for the remainder of this drive here.
Morrisville coming into this game at 8-2. It's their first winning season since 2010, and their first season at least at 500 since 2012. Morrisville defeated Jenkintown 20-0 in this game last season. These two teams have met in the last 4 District 1 Class A title games. On 3rd down and 8, Holman gets the football and explodes into the secondary and into the end zone. 1 drive, 1 TD, 6-0 Morrisville to start.
Well, we mentioned him a lot to start this game out, and for good reason. You mentioned his burst, his speed, his electricity. This offense runs through him. An unbelievable drive for them on the ground. We talked about them, how they could be through the air, but on the ground, they're really something special.
Raymond Holman, I mean, good luck if you're a Jenkintown defender just trying to catch up with him as well. He hit the hole and he was gone.
Yeah, that was like y'all, you want to see me do it again? Like, he was there and then he wasn't.
Enrique Viramontes out to add the extra point, and the lefty kicker knocks it through. And so just under 3.5 minutes into this one, Morrisville's offense goes right down the field, a 45-yard touchdown drive. They do it all on the ground, and they lead it 7-0. While we have a minute, I'd like to remind you that since 1958, and still cooking from scratch, is Ben's Deli at 103 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. Ben's Deli is serving the best breakfast in town, starting at 6 a.m. every day. Ben's Deli is still serving the best Italian deluxe hoagie in all of Morrisville, along with all their hot and cold sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. For catering for any size, no one does it better than Ben's Deli, specializing in their own fresh roasts and homemade entrees, cold cut and sandwich trays, specialty hoagie, and Ben's famous homemade salads and desserts. Ben's Deli, cafe, and catering since 1958 is open 7 days, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday and Sunday till 2 p.m. at 103 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. So now Jenkintown's offense up next, trailing 7-0 as Viramontes has the ball on the tee. Deep man is Keegan Eichert. He won't get a chance as it's fallen on by one of the up men at the 43-yard line, officially marked. So good starting field position now for the Drakes as they are led by their senior quarterback, Jonathan Williams. Williams this season, they don't use him a whole lot. He's 46 of 84. That's a 54.8% completion rate for 625 yards. He's thrown 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Yeah, this team's kind of like Morrisville. They make their identity on the ground. They have a 2 running back set here. We talked a little bit about Keegan Eichert, but we'll talk a little bit more about that after this play.
On 1st and 10, Williams hands it off to Eichert, and he gets bottled up after a pretty short gain out to the 45-yard line, maybe the 46. That's where they were officially marked. That's a pickup of 3, sets up 2nd and 7.
Yes, and that was Keegan Eichert on the run, but they do have another running back back there named Nick DeValishvili, and he's somebody who's also pretty electric, a pretty hard runner as well, but he's got a bit more shiftiness than Eichert does. Eichert's a lot stronger. It's a lot harder to bring him down. He'll run over you instead of running around you. It's a really two-headed monster back there for the Drakes.
Eichert is the one lined up in the backfield for 2nd down and 7. He gets the football again. This time runs to the right, and this time he can only get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense is doing their job. Offense came out and did their thing. And this defensive front is doing a really, really good job of keeping these tough running backs from barely getting anything here.
Now we'll see if Williams will be forced to throw it for the first time. He went 6 for 12 for 66 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions when these two teams met back in week 7.
Looks like it.
Williams instead defers to Eichert. He takes it up the middle, and he's got enough for the first down. So we've seen now both offenses defer to their running backs on 3rd and long, and so far it's worked out for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They both have talented backfields, so you got to utilize them as much as possible.
This Jenkintown team, when they win big. They're outscoring opponents 188-18 in their wins this season, but in losses, they're being outscored 128-20. It's a team that's only played in one possession game all season. There goes Eichert again, bounces off of one hit and has a nice gain on first down. I think he's going to be about a yard short of the marker. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, it's really all about, I guess, whoever starts hot, and Jenkintown's coming into this game hot after that win that they had. And they're still looking like they have that same type of momentum, excuse me, that same type of momentum coming into this first drive. But Morrisville looked just as good on their first drive, so we might be in for a shootout here, Jordan.
Yeah, last week, Eichert, 10 rushes for a career-high 158 yards and found the end zone on 4 occasions. Another pistol set. 2nd down and short, another handoff to Eichert, and another first down gain for Jenkintown. So far, Ryan, the game plan is simple for both of these sides. Just put it in the chest of these star backs and let them do the rest.
Yeah, I really hope you're not a fan of air raid style offenses or football here, because this isn't the game for you. This is the hard-nosed, run it right at your teeth football, old school type of way.
7-0 Morrisville in a quickly moving first quarter that has just 5:38 left.
When you keep the ball on the ground, you don't have any incompletions. The clock's going to go.
This time 4 receiver set. On 1st and 10, Williams again puts it in the chest of Eichert, and he rumbles forward out to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as he hasn't really had that big game-breaking play, obviously still early, but he just keeps those legs churning, keep picking up positive yards, and it sets up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, unlike the Morrisville side of things, we haven't really seen a tackle for loss on the Jenkintown side of things. It's just been 4 or more yards each time the ball has been in his hand.
61-0 win for Jenkintown last week. That was the most points they scored all season. And so far, their offense looking well in rhythm on their opening drive. The motion man is Matt Ecker, and flags fly for the first time.
Perhaps a false start or an illegal motion.
And you were right the first time. False start going against Jenkintown. That's the first penalty of the game. It'll back them up. It'll set up 2nd down and 12.
You know, it's kind of a good thing I didn't say it, but I was going to say relatively clean drive for both sides as well. We didn't see a flag for Morrisville on the last side, and up until now, we haven't seen a flag at all.
So does that mean that the announcer jinx is evolving, that now it could read your thoughts?
Look, I've always believed in the jinx. Whether you think it, whether you say it, it's going to happen. Like, if you put it into existence, it's going to happen.
I know a lot of broadcasters like to say it's not real. I am one that says no, it is 100% a thing.
Yeah.
On 2nd and 12, it's another give to Eichert. He runs right into the hands of that big defensive line. That was Alex Brown who forced him back and stopped forward progress. And he'll set up 3rd down and long. I think they're going to give him a yard on that.
If they give him a yard, that'd be kind of surprising to me. It looked like he got stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but, I mean, hats off to him for being able to stay on his feet enough to even convince the refs that he got a yard there.
So now 3rd down and 12, and you got to believe that this is the best opportunity that we have, at least early on in this game, to see either one of these quarterbacks throw the football.
Well, yeah, absolutely, but it's been very consistent on the ground for both sides, and it looks like they're more than content with keeping it on the ground.
Williams, he's going to run it himself, tries to bounce it off tackle. Can he get the edge? He cannot. Kyer Rankins was there with the first down saving tackle. This is kind of no man's land, though, and I would assume 4-down territory for Jenkintown right here. 4th down and 5.
Yeah, absolutely. They should 100% go for it. They've been electric on the ground. It's been very hard to stop them. Even if you don't get it here, Morrisville is way back in their own territory here. So it's not necessarily – it's not the worst idea in the world here to take a shot here through the air.
It's a very comfortable first night in November here in Morrisville. Temperatures situated in the low 70s. Yeah. Beautiful night for a championship game.
Yeah, I got to say, last time I was out here, it was very, very cold. I'm enjoying my time out here in the stands tonight.
4th and 5. Williams, play action, being chased by Brown. Can he get to him? He can't. Williams unleashes it and throws it incomplete. Morrisville's defense gets the stop. Alex Brown provided the pressure, and the offense will take over, leading 7-0 with 2:08 to play in quarter number 1.
Well, considering the circumstances of how that play broke down, that was best case scenario for Jenkintown there. Good on Williams to be able to get that ball out of his hands and not lose any yards here and set up Morrisville a little bit further back than they would have been, because he ran all the way back to probably the 45-yard line.
Alex Brown had his fingerprints all over that first drive. And so now the offense comes out from their own 31-yard line to start drive number 2 after the last one was kept all on the ground and punctuated by a explosive touchdown run by Raymond Holman.
I would love to see them take the top off here.
Rankins, underhand flip to Holman, and this time he's getting wrapped up and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Joey Gunn, the junior defensive lineman, was there to stop Holman.
It's going to be 2nd down.
Bursted through that line like there was nobody in front of him. That was a tremendous play by the defensive front for the Drakes.
I feel like that's the way that they've got to execute this game, right? If you're Jenkintown, it's stop Holman right when he gets the football, because if he's able to break into the secondary, good luck.
Yeah, if he gets to the second level, there's possibly no chance that he's going to get brought down unless the turf monster happens to rear its ugly head.
Holman's lined up on the side of Rankins for 2nd down and 13 back at the 28. Rankins, he's going to keep it himself. He gets hit, stays upright, and takes it down the sideline and has enough to get close to the first down marker, but it's going to be a first down anyways. The flag flies for a late hit.
Yeah, he got a little shove once he stepped out of bounds there. Not a smart play for the Drakes' defensive side there. Already a good run there for Rankins, able to escape all that pressure and break the tackle for 1. And now you get to tack on another 15 yards because he got a little shove. It might not look like much, but you just can't do things like that.
And so there's the official ruling, the personal foul penalty going against Jenkintown. And you're right, Ryan. I mean, how about that play by Rankins to be able to get out of the grasp of one tackle, then take it into the open field?
Yeah, it just goes to show that that backfield doesn't just revolve around Raymond Holman. It's electricity with the guy who always has the ball in his hands, too. He's not just there to hand the ball off. He can run the ball, too. They got a lot to look out for.
So they'll take it across midfield all the way down to the Jenkintown 40-yard line as a result of the 15-yard penalty. Rankins gives to Holman. He hits the hole. He makes a move. He takes it up the middle, and he takes it into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the opening quarter. 13-0 Bulldogs.
Seems like every time we say his name, he does something incredible. Raymond Holman has been unstoppable this entire game. I bet he probably feels like he missed out on the last time these two teams played, and he's just getting all of his licks in right now. They can't stop him right now.
There's certainly a reason he averages just under 12 yards per carry, and that's because there probably aren't many defenders in some of these matchups that Morrisville has had that can slow him down once he gets going at full speed.
Well, I was going to say it's the shoes, but, you know, that might have something to do with it, too.
This extra point is blocked as it was a high snap set down by Rankins, and then the kicker, Viramontes, had to kind of stutter step, so it will remain 13-0. While we have a minute, I'd like to let you know that the Morrisville Chiropractic provides quick and effective pain relief through natural healing. At Morrisville Chiropractic at 632 Crown Street, they pledge to make you, the patient, part of their chiropractic family. In addition to providing neck and pain relief, Morrisville Chiropractic will also improve your overall health. Proper chiropractic treatment equals better health, so you can enjoy doing the things you like to do. Morrisville Chiropractic is at 632 Crown Street, on the corner of East Trenton Avenue opposite the Morrisville Shopping Center. Open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 3 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays from 1 to 6. Visit MorrisvilleChiropracticCenter.com. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, both from the junior running back Raymond Holman. Or I should say from the senior running back Raymond Holman. Just over 52 seconds left. This one's on the ground. It's juggled, and it's going to roll itself out of bounds for a penalty.
That was almost disastrous for Jenkintown right there. If they let that ball get by them and Morrisville was able to recover it in that field position with how they've been running the ball, it might have been, we might have been looking at 21-0 before the first quarter's even over.
Quinn Eichert was the one in pursuit trying to chase that one down, and fortunately for the Drakes, it just rolled laterally out of bounds, and so their offense will come out from the 40-yard line. They put together a nice opening drive. They again did it all on the ground, and they got stopped in 4th down and 5.
Yeah, and the first time they tried to get the ball through the air, it cost them there, and they weren't able to convert the 4th down. And like you said, yeah, it was a very good drive despite not scoring. They do have something to build off of here, so let's see if they can.
Another 4-receiver set for Jonathan Williams, the quarterback on 1st and 10. Again, the handoff goes to Eichert, and he gets spun to the ground out near the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, as I think the tackle might have netted him an extra yard.
Yeah, it's been a steady diet. We've only seen one passing play this game, and it did come from Jenkintown, and it was a failed 4th down attempt. So I feel like it's just going to be at the same formula. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is probably going to be the last play of the quarter here. So do you expect a pass here, Jordan?
We'll see. 2nd and 6, clock inside of 15 seconds. Williams, play action. He wants to run. He eludes one man in the backfield. He bounces it outside, and he's got enough for the 1st down.
Well, it's not all Eichert either. Their quarterback can run it too.
Jonathan Williams did a good job using that elusive aspect of his game, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. 12 minutes down, 36 to go. Morrisville on top of Jenkintown, 13-0 in the District 1 Class A title game here on WBCB. Nick's Pizza in the Morrisville Shopping Center, family owned and operated, offers delivery all day, every day to the greater Morrisville area. Let Nick's Pizza and Family Restaurant bring their authentic Italian cuisine to your front door. Private parties, office meetings, or Eagles parties. And Nick's famous pizza wings are great for tailgating. Homemade pasta dishes, their famous tomato pie, wraps, steak sandwiches, and subs, as well as dinner entrees as well. Eat in or take out, or order online at nickspizza.morrisville.com. Back to action here. Second quarter set to begin in the District 1 Class A title game. Alongside Ryan Baxter, I'm Jordan Hirsch. It's 13-0 Bulldogs. Here's that 2 running back set. And this time the handoff goes to Keon Alexander. He doesn't have much on 1st and 10. Carries it to the 45-yard line. And that's a pickup of 3 for Alexander on his first touch of the night.
Yeah, I guess they're just trying to give this Morrisville team something new to look at here. It's been the same thing this entire time, and they're trying to get something moving here to get something on the board before the first half is over. If they go into the first half scoreless, I don't know how the rest of this game is going to turn out for them.
Alexander had 2 catches for 22 yards when these two teams faced off back in early October. On 2nd and 7, they fake one handoff, and they this time give it to Eichert. He's trying to get around the edge and can't. There to track him down was Raymond Holman, making an imprint on both sides of the football. Tackle for a loss, and that sets up 3rd and long.
Seems like Morrisville has a couple of Ironman players out here because Kaya Rankin made a very, very clutch tackle on the first drive of this game to set up that 4th down play.
It's a loss of 4 and sets up 3rd down and 11 for the Drakes. Winner of this game gets Belmont Charter in the D1, D12 regional finals next Friday. Play action, Williams back to pass, throws it short, and it's dropped by Alexander. I don't think it would have mattered as Holman was in the vicinity lurking. It'll set up 4th and 11. And now we'll see what Jenkintown decides to do. 4th and long from the Morrisville 49, and it looks like the offense will remain out on the field.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much movement going on the sideline there. It looked like he started running before he caught the ball. Like he started looking to see where he could go and just unfortunately just slipped right out of his hands. And yeah, the offense is staying out there. It's a lot of trust right here. This isn't necessarily no man's land. And you set up Morrisville with really good field position if you don't get this. This is an interesting call.
That's a good point. It's a risky call, especially. They need the 38. Williams, and now we've got whistles. And a timeout has been used by Jenkintown, and that gives me time to remind you that that Yarley Auto Body at the corner of West Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Avenues has been serving the greater Morrisville community for over a half a century. They're family owned and operated and do all collision repairs, small dents to major repairs, and all done in a prompt, timely manner. All insurance is accepted at Yardley Auto Body. You can call 215-295-7676. That's 215-295-7676. Yardley Auto Body is proud to support Morrisville at the corner of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Avenues. And since 1958 and still cooking from scratch is Ben's Deli at 103 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. Ben's Deli is serving the best breakfast in town starting at 6 a.m. every single day. Ben's Deli still serving the best Italian deluxe hoagies in all of Morrisville, along with all their hot and cold sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. For catering for any size, no one does it better than Ben's Deli, specializing in their own fresh roasts and homemade entrees, cold cut, and sandwich trays, specialty hoagies, and Ben's famous homemade salads as Jenkintown kicks it away. And so Morrisville's offense will take over. For their 3rd drive, they found the end zone on their first 2, as this one will start from the 20-yard line after the touchback.
Yeah, it looked like they might have had a chance to down that deep in their territory, but unfortunately for Jenkintown, it rolled right into the end zone at the very last second. But this is the best defensive starting field position that they've had so far, and they haven't looked too terrible. Yeah, we've seen a couple explosive plays here, but they've also done a decent to okay job at getting into the backfield. So as long as they can keep that consistent, this is going to be a decent little defensive drive.
Morrisville suffered their first home loss of the season last week at the hands of Bristol, 25-14. On 1st and 10, Holman gets the handoff, breaks it outside, can't get around the edge, and takes it out of bounds after a solid gain on 1st and 10.
Jenkintown needs to count their lucky stars because he had all the room in the world around that corner. If he was able to just turn it on and beat that one more guy, it could have been another touchdown for Raymond Holman.
They'll give him 7 on that out to the 27-yard line. And Ryan, we talk about this good defensive starting field position for Jenkintown, but you got to believe for Holman, he sees it as a lot more green grass to run through.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's going to have the time of his life looking at all this green grass.
He gets the handoff here on 2nd and 3. He breaks a couple tackles as a first down and a whole lot more, eating up that green grass and taking it across midfield.
This kid has been untouchable this entire game. He's shaking everybody off. Nobody can bring him down. This Morrisville offense has been insane, and it's been because of Raymond Holman.
It's a 24-yard carry, and it was really the first time that he's gotten to the secondary where Jenkintown was actually able to wrap him up and get him to the ground. But it sets up 1st down and 10, and Morrisville finds themselves right back in Drake's territory.
Yeah, they were only able to stop him because he got grabbed a little bit, busting through the line, so he wasn't at full speed.
Rankins this time hands it off to one of his fullbacks, and a nice gain there on 1st down.
You go from finesse to a nice little power run here. They are having way too easy of a time running this ball right now.
That was Azir Caraway getting his first touch of the night, and it's a pickup of 9 out to the 40. 2nd down and 1.
He got a lot of touches in this last game against Jenkintown as well. Very, very strong runner. It's hard to bring him down. He's a very, very young runner as well. I think he's only a sophomore, so he's going to have a lot of time to develop in this Morrisville backfield.
Yeah, 23 carries, 102 yards, and a score back on October 10th for Caraway. He's out for this play, 2nd down and 1. The handoff goes to Raymond, or I should say goes to Holman. Raymond's his first name. There's a flag down.
On a first-name basis here at WBCB.
Raymond Holman carries it to the 40-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's not where the ensuing play will start. We've got offsides going against Jenkintown. That'll be enough for a 1st down for the Bulldogs out to the 35.
Yeah, it looked like one of those things, trying to time the snap count or maybe even trying to get the offense to jump, but didn't work out. We had a lot of that in the last game as well. When this game first started versus these first two teams, it's been very disciplined so far, but the first time there was a lot of jumping off sides, a lot of false starts, specifically from the Drake side. So it's really nice to see they've calmed it down a little bit up until, well, right now.
Yeah, especially in a championship game where every play is under a microscope. Got to make sure you play clean, sound football. On 1st and 10, again the give goes to Holman. He hop steps through the defensive line and keeps the pile moving across the 30. Not only is he speedy, he's a physical runner as well. About 3 or 4 extra yards after contact. That's a solid gain. It'll set up 2nd down from the 28-yard line, gain of 7.
Yeah, that should have been a gain of 3, no more than that. What an ability to keep those legs churning and get that 1st down. Raymond Holman's having a game right now.
This is where you kind of wish you had the official stats, because he's got to be up over 100 yards, right? And we've still got 7:31 to play in the 2nd quarter.
If he's not at 100 yards, he is so close he could sniff it. He could spit on it.
I formation look. Rankins hasn't had to let it fly yet in this game. There's Caraway, busts it up the middle, and then gets spun to the ground short of the line to gain. He got 2 of the 3 that he needed. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
On a short 3rd down like this, it's obviously 3rd and manageable. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't mean to sound like a broken record myself, but I don't expect anything else but this to go up the middle. However, this could be a good opportunity for them to take a shot, but this formation says otherwise.
Rankins is just going to keep it himself, and he's got more than enough for the 1st down. All the way out to the 21-yard line, and that's a quarterback sneak that goes for 5 yards and moves the chains and sets Morrisville up on the fringes of the red zone.
Yeah, we haven't really called Kyer Rankins' name that much this drive. It's really just been the Raymond Holman show this entire drive, so making sure that Jenkintown knows, hey, I'm back here too. You got to watch out for me.
Kyer Rankins last week, 11 carries for 57 yards compared to just 3 of 9 through the air. On 1st and 10, Caraway goes in motion. He gets the handoff, and he can't get out of the grasp of the big defensive lineman for Jenkintown. Joey Gunn again with another tackle. Looks like they might give him a yard on that to the 20. It'll set up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit of forward progress on that, but Gunn doing his thing, getting in the backfield, being the menace that he's known to be for this defense. He's been the big disruptor so far for this side, and he needs to really rally the troops and get them in the backfield too.
Joey Gunn stands at 6'1", 240 pounds, one of the bigger guys on this Jenkintown squad.
And probably one of the bigger guys in the county.
He's able to wrap up Caraway, who's not a small runner himself. So 2nd down and 9 from the 20. There's Holman,
Ooh.
and he gets stuffed. Well behind the line of scrimmage. A trio of Drake's defenders were there to bring him down. Good to see him get up as well as he kind of got folded to the turf.
Yeah, seriously, that scared me a little bit. It looked like he was about to get torn in half.
Officially a loss of 2. So 3rd down and 11. This is where we thought on earlier drives we might see Rankins use his arm for the first time, but 3rd and long, that's kind of where Holman's made his money in this game.
Yeah, they're in a passing formation from the looks of it, but that doesn't mean anything.
Rankins gonna roll to his right, fakes the throw, gets around one man, tucks it and runs, and just takes it out of bounds. This is kind of the same spot on the field where Jenkintown's first offensive drive stalled, and that's because this is no man's land pretty much. It's gonna be 4th and long, but Morrisville, they're gonna leave their offense out there.
Yeah, no field goals tonight from the looks of it. It's just going to be go for it and let's see what we can do. I wouldn't be surprised if they just send it right back on the ground here because that's obviously just been working. We've only seen one passing attempt so far, and it clearly went for naught, but nevertheless, they're probably not going to give up on that. We've only seen it once or twice, and that's not Holman in the backfield. He's out wide on the bottom of the screen.
And we've got whistles and a timeout, so Morrisville wants to talk it over. And it gives me the opportunity to remind you that now open in Morrisville is East Coast Printing at the former location of Aspen Casuals in the Morrisville Shopping Center. Printing made easier at East Coast Printing, silkscreen and DTF printing services. Create and print your own custom t-shirt. East Coast Printing has a large selection of crew necks, hoodies, t-shirts, and zip-ups in store from youth sizes to 5XL. School Spirit, you could wear plus Phillies and Eagles apparel. No setup fees, fast turnaround times, and very affordable prices for individuals to large groups. East Coast Printing now open in the Morrisville Shopping Center at the former location of Aspen Casuals on East Trenton Avenue. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. First 4th down play of the game coming up for Morrisville after they break huddle. That was also the first timeout used by them as well.
Always good to talk it over, make sure that your 4th down play is 100%.
And now let's see if Holman comes into the backfield. Doesn't look like it. He's going to line up in the slot at the top of your screen. Caraway splits out wide to the left. In fact, he's going to come out of the game.
We have seen a lot of motion from guys out wide in the slot.
Motion man is Johnson. Rankin shovels it underhand to Dismukes, who's going to throw it deep down the field, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man. They're out here trying to have a little bit of fun, and honestly, hats off to them. Having a little fun out here in the championship game. Your offense has been absolutely electric this entire time. Why not let it fly? Why not try to have a little fun, a little bit of trickery out here?
Alex Brown was the intended target. And good coverage as well by Jenkintown. They were ready for that. On 4th down and 11, you now see why Morrisville wanted to talk it over, make sure everybody was on the same page. I'm not sure even if Brown had come down with it, if he would have been in bounds or not. The throw was a little high.
Yeah, that was, honestly, if he was like 5-10 yards back, that would have been one of the best throws I've seen this entire high school football season, just in general. It was a good throw, a little over his head, but nevertheless, they have to recover on the defensive side of things now.
Eichert on 1st and 10 gets stopped right around the line of scrimmage, and Eichert really hasn't been able to get much going since the opening drive. And this now, Ryan, you could really feel that it could be a momentum-shifting drive either way. Jenkintown trailing 13-0 just before the half, and they get the football to start the 3rd quarter as well. A chance to work the football version of 2 possessions for 1 right here.
Well, if I'm Jenkintown, I'm a little upset that Morrisville thinks they can run some trick play on me, and I'm going to want to get it in the end zone right this very second so that they know that we're here to play.
Williams puts it in the chest of Eichert, who puts his shoulder down into Rankins and carries it across the line to gain for a first down pickup out to the 35. It's a gain of 12 for Eichert, and it moves the sticks.
That's definitely not the hit you want your quarterback taking out there, but good on Rankins to hold him up there. He's tough to bring down when he gets his motor going, so way to stand him up there and bring him down.
Jenkintown, they've got 2 timeouts remaining with the clock melting to 3:13 here in quarter number 2. Play action, it's an RPO. There goes Williams, and he gets taken down from behind. Caraway tried to get the ball out of his grasp, and a good job by Williams just to hang on to the football.
It's like as soon as Jenkintown has a little bit of space, it is taken away by these pursuing Bulldogs. There's nothing that they can do to get anything going. This has been, like, as soon as they get something going, they are right there to stop it.
That was a 3-yard gain officially, so it sets up 2nd down and 7 for this Drakes offense. Twin receiver set, that's been the theme. Eichert gets the handoff, that's also been the theme. And he carries it for a first down out to the 46-yard line. Give Eichert 8 more yards and move the chains again in favor of the Drakes.
Yeah, he's definitely the man that has to get things going out there for the Drakes offense. He's got to be the one to bust out 5 or more yards each and every time he touches the ball. He's got to be the one to be electric after each first down. He's got to get this energy up. He's the leader for this offense.
Haven't seen Devashvili yet. It's been all Eichert. Williams looking to throw, going deep into single coverage, and it's incomplete. Man, Alexander nearly hauled that in with one hand. Good coverage that time by Morrisville. As back there was Merrick Johnson, the sophomore.
Yeah, we almost had our own little Garrett Wilson type highlight here in Morrisville.
Looked like he almost had it cradled in his arm, and it fell harmlessly down to the turf.
I'll tell you what, that would have been one of the best plays I've ever seen doing this broadcasting stuff. That would have been incredible if he was able to come down with that.
So now on 2nd down and 10, the give goes to Eichert. He's got a lot of running room, and he's got the first down into Morrisville territory, crossing the 40-yard line all the way to the 35. It's a gain of 19 yards for Eichert. And now the clock will stop, and Jenkintown will burn their 2nd timeout of the half with 1:48 left in a 13-0 game.
Yep, we got less than 2 minutes for this half. They got to do anything they can to get points on the board. And they're looking really, really good on this drive. They also looked really, really good on the first drive. So maybe this timeout can give Morrisville a second to, like, calm down a second.
Yeah, Jenkintown's offense looks really nice. And speaking of making your car nice, Yardley Auto Body is at the corner of West Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Avenues. They've been serving the greater Morrisville community for over a half a century. They're family owned and operated and do all collision repairs, small dents to major repairs, and all done in a prompt, timely manner. All insurance is accepted. You can call 215-295-7676. That's 215-295-7676. Yardley Auto Body is proud to support Morrisville at the corner of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Avenues. We've seen about 97% runs from each of these sides. It's worked out pretty well, but the difference has been Morrisville's been able to end their drives in touchdowns, and this has kind of been the problem area for Jenkintown's offense once they cross midfield. There goes Eichert on 1st and 10, and he keeps the legs moving, gets past one tackle, still pushing the pile, and then finally driven back across the 30.
He never went down. He was on his feet that entire time. He's just been so strong this entire drive. It's been really, really nice seeing him get his legs under him, because when he gets going, it gets really entertaining watching these Drakes play.
2nd down and 1, same 4-wide set. Here comes some pressure, and a good job by Jonathan Williams to recognize it, utilize the hard count to his advantage, and force Morrisville to jump off sides.
Yeah, Morrisville is just lucky that it's not like 5 yards per person on the penalty, because they had like 3 guys jumping there.
Yeah, they would have put themselves deep in the red zone. That'd be an interesting rule, Ryan, as if for every guy who jumped off sides or moved early in terms of a false start, they added that many extra yards for the penalty.
I've always thought it would make it a lot more interesting just because it gives more people of an incentive to pay attention. You know, like, and because that a lot of people just don't pay attention anymore.
I think that's a good idea. I think you'd make a good commissioner, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't want to be like Goodell. I don't want to get booed. I'd cry.
74 seconds remaining in half number 1. There goes Eichert. He splits a couple defenders and then falls forward into the red zone out to the 15-yard line.
Well, we got a little bit more than a minute to go. Jenkintown does have all the momentum on this drive right now, but they have to do something very, very quickly.
Clock rolling to 52 seconds left. Second down and 4. There goes Eichert. Stays on his feet as he takes it up the middle and plows ahead for a first down across the 10-yard line. So the clock will stop momentarily. Drakes have one timeout. Doesn't look like they're going to use it as they rush to the line. And now we've got whistles and...
Now Morrisville's burning one.
Yeah, and I think that they kind of had to. They may have had too many men on the field had they not.
Either way, even if that was the case or not, they were terribly unset. That would have been almost a guaranteed touchdown for the Drakes.
Now this is kind of the spot on the field, Ryan, where that momentum can flip to either side. If Jenkintown is able to punch it in, they got to feel pretty good about themselves going into the halftime break, only down one possession. But if you're Morrisville now, if you find a way to force a stop and keep it at a 2-possession lead going into the break, that would really be a good exclamation point to what's been a real nice first half for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, at how this half ends, it's going to look good for Jenkintown because they're able to get down here. And even if they don't get any points, it is something to build off of. It'll be majorly disappointing if they don't score, obviously, but they know they can get down there. They know that they just have to do that one thing different. But Morrisville has been standing strong the closer they get to the end zone. There's a reason they ain't got anything on the board.
So first down and goal from the 8 for the Drakes. Williams takes the snap. He keeps it himself. He gets around the edge, and he gets close to the goal line. Is he in? They say yes. Touchdown, Jenkintown. It's a one-possession game. 13-6 your score with half a minute remaining until the break.
Well, it was exactly what needed to happen. They needed to get into the end zone, but with how good the Morrisville offense has looked, this might be a little too much time. You give them the ball and get the ball in the hands of Raymond Holden. We might be in for more fireworks.
So a 13-6 ball game, and once Morrisville does get the ball back, it will be interesting to see how aggressively they decide to play with the running back that has obviously the speed and physicality and scoring ability as Raymond Holman. This is a low snap. It's picked up, and it's a high extra point that's knocked through the uprights.
Rankin's almost got in the backfield and blocked that, too. He timed that beautifully.
Scores now, Bulldogs 13, Drakes 7.
So it sets up now a 13-7 ball game.
I guess it would really all depend on how Jenkintown kicks this ball off to Morrisville. We've seen a lot of like little onside squib pooch kicks almost. If this one rolls out of bounds, I don't see why you don't take a shot. But if they boot it all the way to the end zone and they get a touchback here, you might as well just kneel it out at that point.
Yeah, this is where if you're Jenkintown, you got to be careful too, because if they do try to utilize that pooch/onside kick right here and it doesn't work to their advantage, well then you know Morrisville is going to be aggressive with a back like Holden.
And this might even be a time for them to take a shot because we haven't said Jovan Rivera's name this entire broadcast, and he was one of the names that we said almost every single time the last time we were here, whether it was defensively or offensively. And that's something we haven't seen yet. So this could be a shot we see going into the second half.
Yeah, Rivera, 229 yards the last time these two teams met. That was back on October 10th. The kick is away. They decide to kick it deep, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, that's worst case scenario.
And so Jenkintown tries to pin Morrisville back, I guess, at the 20, expecting a touchback right there.
Well, I mean, it was a good leg on him there to get it all the way to the other side of the field, but it's just unfortunate for them that it rolled out of bounds. Now Morrisville's on the 40 with honestly way too much time. They could really do a lot of damage here. 30 seconds is a lot of time on this field.
Especially with a guy like Holman, who, you know, he probably is thinking less than 30 seconds right here.
Raymond Holman is going for personal bests at this point for how fast it'll take him to get from that part of the field to the end zone.
This drive will start from the 35, so 65 yards out from Pater in a 13-7 game.
It is a passing formation, but like I said earlier, that doesn't seem to matter.
It's been all Holman all the time, and it's worked out so far for the Bulldogs. Man goes in motion. Rankins is going to throw, going deep for Rivera, and it's short. Rivera trying to adjust back to it that time. It was Matty Ecker, the one in coverage. And so, again, we've seen now whenever Morrisville is elected to throw the football, these cornerbacks of Jenkintown, they've been ready.
That was a little underthrown on the part of Rankin there. It could have been a flag there possibly. There was some hand-on-hand contact going on there between Ecker and Rivera. But if that ball was a bit more catchable, Morrisville might be all the way over there.
Clock stops with 24 seconds left. It's 2nd down and 10. So now what does Morrisville do? They show throw on 1st down. It doesn't work out. Holman's lined up in the backfield next to Rankins. Again, man goes in motion, and they pitch it to him that time. That's Dismukes, the fullback, who carries it down the far sideline and takes it out of bounds to stop the clock with 18.1 seconds remaining. Doesn't have enough for the first, so it'll be 3rd down and medium from the 42-yard line. Sets up 3rd and 3 officially.
3rd and manageable. You still have a timeout or two to give up here if you're the Bulldogs. They're doing what they have to do. They took the shot on 1st down, didn't work out. Now they're going to, I assume, dink and dump it until they get into a position where A, they can try a field goal, B, they can take another shot, or C, Raymond Holman.
When in doubt, pick C, right? Let's see if that's what Morrisville elects to do on 3rd and 3. They won't. Rankins back to pass, zips it over the middle. It's high and incomplete. Off the fingertips that time of Jovan Rivera. And so now 4th down. The clock stops with 14 seconds left. And decision time now for Morrisville. Right now the offense is out there.
It's 4th and about like 4, right, Jordan?
They'll say 4th and 3 officially.
I'd say give it to Holman. He's getting 4 or 5 yards a carry this entire time. It's almost a guarantee that this 1st down will happen if it goes into his hands. You just got to get back onto the line of scrimmage if you want this, if you want points before going into the half. If I'm Morrisville, I want 2 possessions because Jenkintown has way too much momentum going into this half.
I formation look on 4th and 3. Rivera keeps it himself. He's got the 1st down, trying to get around the edge and takes it out of bounds to stop the clock with 8 seconds left. That was an interesting play call. It looked like Rivera was lined up to sneak it, and he just stayed upright and kind of caught Jenkintown's defense off guard. Now 40 yards out with 8 seconds left, and this could be Hail Mary territory.
Yeah, I don't see why not. That was a really creative play call there. I haven't seen anything like that before.
You got to give credit to Morrisville with some of these creative play calls.
I love it. I love seeing this I love seeing this especially in playoff games because it just shows that you're not scared for anything.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout being called by Morrisville. With 8 seconds left, and the Bulldogs will talk it over before this potential final play of the 1st half. I'll let you know that Nick's Pizza in the Morrisville Shopping Center, family owned and operated, offers delivery all day, every day to the greater Morrisville area. Let Nick's Pizza and Family Restaurant bring their authentic Italian pizza and cuisine to your front door, private parties, office meetings, or Eagles parties as well. And Nick's Famous Pizza Wings are great for tailgating. Homemade pasta dishes, their famous tomato pie, wraps, steak sandwiches, and subs, as well as dinner entrees. Eat in or take out or order online at nickspizzamorrisville.com. That's at nickspizzamorrisville.com. Nick's Pizza and Family Restaurant is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 8:30 p.m. in the Morrisville Shopping Center. First down and 10 from the 40 of Jenkintown with just 8 seconds remaining here on the second quarter clock in a 13-7 game.
And Holman's up top again.
Rankins wants to throw, airing it out. It's going to be caught! And a touchdown. Merrick Johnson, the sophomore, was left alone, and the Bulldogs make Jenkintown pay and go back up by 2 scores.
What an absolute dime thrown there from Kahir Rankins. I mean, he couldn't have put that in a more perfect spot for Merrick Johnson. Hit him right in stride. Didn't have to break anything all the way through to the end zone. That's another 6, and the big momentum shift with less than 1 second left on the clock.
They basically run that 4 verts play, and Johnson was able to beat his man easily. He was left wide open.
They've been playing a lot of Madden, apparently. That 4 verticals works all the time.
Gotta love that play, and now they're going to go for 2, trying to go up 21-7. Rankins takes the snap, drops back, fakes the throw, fakes it again. Gonna try to improvise, throws across his body. It's wobbly, and it is caught. What a play. That's Alex Brown with the reception.
Alex Brown, we mentioned that name a couple times on the defensive side of the ball, now making himself known with an amazing catch for the 2-point conversion. Hats off to Morrisville for doing magic to end this first half.
So a pair of highlight reel plays give Morrisville a 21-7 lead with just 0.8 of a second remaining in half number 1. Give credit to Morrisville, Ryan. They had 30 seconds left, and they decided to play it aggressively. That drive starting back at their own 35. They knew that they had an offense that had that big play ability, and they took full advantage right there.
Yeah, take full advantage is an absolute understatement. I think Jenkintown thought that